Hello, friends. I'm here to share a story about one of my daughters. One of my daughters just got married this past December, and she also finished college last spring, a year ago, and she just started teaching. She got a degree in art, and she's teaching elementary in Tampa. And she was, pretty gung ho about it. She'd never done it for her first year, so it was a little bit challenging being the first year. On top of that, being an area in town where the kids are maybe not the most well behaved, it makes it challenging. I mean, sometimes there were people, one kid bullying other kids, and there's some that have not so great speech. They may be kind of foul in their speech and disruptive and things like that. And it seems like it there's a lot of our classes are peppered with some of those types of people, and so it's very challenging. In fact, there are about 10 teachers have left over the course of the school year from that particular school, but she stuck it out, and she acts. Anyway, she's moving on. She's going to probably stay there and probably get some other help, a co-teacher to work with her, which is good. And so just going to share a story which she shared with me recently. And I've done my best to pray for all my kids. And in particular, her, I purposely pray for her because she's really in the mix. I do another daughter who works with kids too. Sometimes I pray for her as well, almost as much as this one in Tampa. But being a teacher is not an easy job. And I just, so I pray for her and other teachers that need that covering, the wisdom and protection. So I was talking to her one week, as I tried to get the habit of doing, of talk to each of my kids weekly, and in the course of conversation, one of the times she mentioned that Thursday is when she needs the most prayer. And I was like, okay, I'll be praying if you're a little more heavily on Thursdays. So I think it was actually a Wednesday before this actual story she shared, if I remember correctly. And so I said, I'll do that. And she said that Thursday seemed like that's the classes that seemed the most challenging to her. So this is a fourth grade class, and that she mentioned the story. And what happened was, during the course of the class, there was a couple boys in the class. Both were kind of moody, maybe a little depressed, and a little bit angry. And in fact, one of the boys mentioned he wanted to hit someone. And so they made it known to her, and got a little bit of conversation during class that, hey, yeah, they wouldn't mind chatting with her after class about what's going on, type of thing. So after class, she talked to the two boys, and the one boy was sharing how his phone got taken away. He can be upset about that. I can kind of understand. So she simply said, hey, well, can I pray for you about it? And he said no. So that was the one situation. And the other situation was the boy who said he actually wanted to hit someone, was sharing that his older brother was beating on his mother. And not just beating on his mother, but his mother was pregnant. And it was, very traumatic. And so, and he was being younger, I guess, didn't know what to do, but gratefully his dad and his uncle were present and were able to pull off the older brother off his mom. And that was just definitely traumatic, and you can kind of understand why he was upset. And so when he shared that story with my daughter said, hey, do you believe in God? And he said yes. So she said, follow up with, well, can I pray for you? And he said yes. So she prayed for him, and was able to minister to him in that moment, and to console him, and just let him know that God was there and will help with the situation. Unfortunately, I do not know that there was any other, or the rest of the story, or simply, that was hopefully a one-time thing. But the big thing was, it's just one thing, it was kind of interesting how the day before, if I remember correctly, that my daughter asked me to pray for her. So I was praying for her, and then she got a chance to pray for him. And who knows, he maybe in turn was brought to his mind that he should pray for his mom or his brother or situation too. So prayer can have a domino effect, I believe in. It can be a positive domino effect. And I just want to encourage you all to, I was just reading into this morning about praying earnestly and pray vigilantly. Even, reading, I might just pull this over real quick. This is from Colossians. This is, it says, continue earnestly in prayer, being vigilant in it with thanksgiving. And prayer is a powerful thing. Prayer is an important thing. Prayer is something, it's continual communication with God. And with Him, as we know, the scriptures say, nothing is impossible. And if we communicate with Him about our situations, one, we're not focusing on the situation, but focus on the solution to the situation. And knowing God, we have answers to things. God doesn't necessarily answer the way we always think. God may not answer right then and there, but He is at work, and He hears our prayers, and He is real, and He does care. And I believe He cares for that boy, and I believe He cares for my daughter, and I believe He cares for me and you. So I encourage you that when you're out and about, that pray that God will open opportunities for you to speak life or to pray for someone out when you're out and about. Yes, even when you're in the grocery store, or maybe if you don't feel comfortable there, hopefully maybe some of you will feel comfortable with praying out in public in wherever you are. Or if you can pull someone aside and say, hey, let's step over here and let's pray about whatever situation. If God opens the door, gives you some insight as, hey, there's that person needs prayer. I've heard a number of situations along those lines that people have been spoken to or felt a nudge in their spirit. Hey, go. You need to go talk to that person. And it turns out that they needed a prayer. Or sometimes some people just need a word of encouragement. Wherever the case, there are opportunities to pray for and to encourage one another. And I just want to encourage you to be vigilant and to be earnestly praying and look for opportunities to pray for others. God bless you. Have a good day.